So far we discussed about the forms of erosion and mechanics of erosion. Now in the form of erosion, the splash erosion, sheet erosion, drill erosion and gully erosion takes place to the your raindrop. And I want to measure the quantity of erosion, how much quantity, whether in kgs or tons, may eroded in a field. Okay, so I need that equation. For that, Smith and Wismeier developed an universal soil loss equation, because this he applied throughout the universe. Okay, and it is the empirical and mathematical equation for estimation of your soil loss from your splash, sheet and drill erosion. So that is not considered your gully erosion. Based on your separation, that is your detachment transportation mechanism by your rainfall. The equation is A is equals RKLS CP. So here where A is the average total soil loss, that is tons per hectare per year. K is your rainfall erosibility index, that depends on your rainfall factor. K is the soil erodibility factor, that depends on your soil, and L is the slope length. So this is the slope length, how long slope is there. Suppose with respect to the horizontal theta, this is the slope length, and this is the height, that is called rise or fall, and this is your horizontal, that is the length. Then now you can see this is the your slope length, the slope length here, and this is the theta is the here the steepness, how steep, how long percent, that is 2% or 3%, or how steepness has been of your field or agricultural plot. And C is the cropping management factor, P is the conservation practice. Now the rainfall erosibility index means it is the potential ability of rain to cause the erosion. Okay, the raindrop falling have kinetic energy, it hits on land surface, and the product of your kinetic energy as well as I30, that is the rainfall intensity. This discussed in the further chapters. That is I is the rainfall intensity for the maximum 30 minutes. 30 is the mean, we can consider the rainfall which is contributing for the 30 minutes. The soil erodibility factor. So soil erodibility factor means the soil which is resistant or susceptible to erosion, means the soil how long resist for the erosion by your raindrop. So we can measure this soil erodibility factor from a unit plot, from a unit width of the plot 1 meter, length of plot is 22.1 meter or 22 meter averagely, and 9% slope. This unit plot has been developed for the Smith and Wismeier. Based on this condition, we can get the values here. The range of this soil erodibility here 0 and higher is 1. So 0 means you can see here the soil which has covered with grass, covered with highly grass or any patch. In this condition there is a less chance of erosion. Less chance of erosion, that shows that 0 value, because the rainfall is falling and same amount of water coming out, there is no erosion taking place. That's why the erosion erodibility is less, K factor is less. Whereas the crop is tilled or open, directly open to the your raindrop or rainfall. So in this condition the maximum amount of erosion takes place. That's why the factor K is the higher in open soil. So in similarly the rangeland and orchard is a low K factor, and as compared to your farming type agriculture. Slope length factor, ratio of the soil loss from your field slope length under consideration to ideal plot length. That is because this equation has been developed based on your unit width and 22 meter slope length and 9% slope steepness. So in this condition, this is the actual field slope length, okay, in field, and ideal condition of the plot is 22.13 or 22 meters. The ratio of this x by 22, that is the actual field slope in field, and 22 meters, that is a simple slope length factor. So here x is, you can say that actual unbroken length of slope measured to point where the overland flow terminates. So here we can see the overland flow up to here, this is the overland flow, here it is terminating. That's why you can see also now this is the simple overland flow takes place here, and here the is terminating. So that is the actual length. This is the x. So now slope length, we can say that this is the x. This is the x, and actual ideal slope length is 22 meter. The ratio of this x by 22 is called your slope length factor. M is the exponent that may depends on your slope steepness. That is maybe 2% or 3% or 9 up to 9%. We can say. Similarly, the slope steepness factor or slope gradient S is the ratio of soil loss from your field slope gradient to ideal slope, that is your S by 9. So here the ideal slope is the 9%. The combination of this L and S is called your topographic factor. So now topographic factor can say that the soil loss from your given plot. So now suppose my plot is this one, so now here what is the L and what is the actual S by soil loss from your standard plot. So now standard plot is 22 meters length and 9% slope. So I will compare. So the ratio of this 22 meter of your ideal or standard plot and ratio of the x into L, that is your given plot. The ratio of these two is called your simple topographic factor. So if I know the theta, and I can directly find the LS factor from in MKS unit for the 3 to 8% slope range. Length is 10 to 100 meters. Cropping or cover management factor, it is the ratio of soil loss from the cropped land under the specified condition to corresponding soil loss from continuous flow of identical soil, slope and rainfall condition. So it means the soil loss under the given condition, this is the actual protection of land, okay, and soil loss from your bare soil. This is my soil air exposed to the atmosphere, directly exposed to the rainfall. Here high erosion takes place. So now this is the well and protected soil, and here bare soil. So ratio of this two condition is called your simple cropping management factor. So similarly the range of this also C 0.03 to 1. So means here it is a lower value, means there is a less or no erosion. Here the higher erosion. In this condition the higher erosion takes place in this condition, and less erosion or minimum erosion in this condition. The C ranges varies from the 0.03 to 1. Now, so I want to measure the soil in this condition. So let us see here soil condition very less. Suppose that is 1. Okay, 1 kg per year. So same in this plot. So now I am taking this as the plot, same similar size. So in this condition soil loss may be 90 kg per year. So now 1 by 90 kg. So that is approximately 0.011. So now that's why you can say that the less erosion in this field and high erosion in this condition. Let us see the same similar erosion. Assume here also be 1 and kg and here also be 1 kg. So that is your 1. But this is case not occurred. Means because ideal condition or under the good management practice, there is a little less erosion as compared to the without practices. That's why the minimum erosion in this condition. The conservation practice factor or support practice factor is the ratio of soil loss for a given practice to that for a up and down slope forming. That is means this is the field which you are cultivating up and down direction. This is the up and down direction, and this is the practice with the conservation, like we are forming construction of terraces. Now here we are practicing with some strip cropping. So in this condition the ratio of given practice, this is the actual practice which you are following, we need to follow in this particular area. This is the practice which you are following, up and down cultivation. So ratio of this practice and up and down cultivation is called your simple conservation practice factor. So this is the practice may be done with different methods in hilly regions or slopy land. One is terracing, strip cropping, or up and down cultivation, and bounding in agricultural watershed. So one is there up and down cultivation without practice, means here the without practicing the agriculture performing. So in this condition the maximum erosion, and in the agricultural land or watershed is the lowest erosion, and medium in your contouring and strip cropping, and little moderate in the terracing. So the application of a universal soil loss equation. The universal soil loss can be applicable only for the sheet, splash and rill erosion. It not be calculated for the gully erosion. And with this we can find the annual soil loss erosion from your particular agricultural plot, and it will give the selection or guide for the cropping system, okay, and system of conservation management practices. I mean, which type of practice you want to follow. For better than the slope, suppose 2% is there, you can go for the agriculture practices. Other greater than the 2%, you can go for the contour or terraces or trenches or any other. So it can guide us which type of, so here which type of practice I want to follow. That is whether I want to go for the strip cropping or contour or any other cropping. And now it will predict the change in soil loss, how much erosion without the practicing. After practicing, which how much erosion, means it can predict whether the soil erosion is increasing or reducing with the practice of conservation methods, and can be used to compute the soil loss from your particular field with specific crop and management system to tolerable soil loss rate. So limitation of it will not applicable for the gully erosion. It is empirical equation because we are assuming the some values. Suppose the erosion of a crop, that is the range from the 0.03 to 1. So this is the empirical assumption. That's why it will not give the actual erosion taking place in your field, and it will give only year wise loss, not storm wise or monthly wise or season wise. And it will not give the sediment yield because we need only sediment yield. So it will give only soil erosion, that is ton per year in hectare, okay. And it will predict the annual soil loss from small areas, suppose, but in the large areas it is not applicable, okay, where the gross erosion is the ratio of the sediment yield to the sediment delivery ratio. Okay, the sediment delivery ratio is always less than 1. This is the most important bit asked in the examination. Williams modified the universal soil loss equation. Okay, so to avoid the or to overcome the demerits of the universal soil loss equation, for the compute the direct sediment yield, he replaced the R factor, that is your rainfall erosivity index or rainfall factor, and estimated the sediment yield in agriculture field with the watershed up to 70 square kilometer in area. This is the sediment yield equation given by the Williams, where the universal soil loss equation A is equals to RKLSCP. So here the R, this is the rainfall erosivity factor or index, is the replaced. This is the factor which has been replaced. So in this he added the storm volume of amount of what, how much volume, okay, meter cube, area into rainfall depth, we can get the volume. Suppose this is my watershed area, okay, so I know the area of this watershed and how depth of rainfall, so that is the depth in meters or centimeter. So area into depth, I get the volume. So the volume can be estimated from your NRCS curve number, Natural Research Conservation Service NRCS curve number method is there. That is the Q is equals to P minus 0.2. The storm volume can be estimated using NRCS curve number and estimated from your rational method. That is the formula is equals to Q peak or small q p is equals to CIA. So this is the area, rainfall intensity, and the C is the coefficient or constant. Okay, this is the gives the direct estimation of your sediment yield, where in the universal soil loss equation it gives only soil erosion. So in this condition, I need the sediment yield, I need to find the sediment delivery ratio. So at that time I will get the sediment yield or gross erosion. But whereas in your modified universal soil loss equation, directly we can get the sediment yield. So this is the major advantage of your modified universal soil loss equation, and this is applicable for the most area less than 25 km square. It will give best result to good result where the watershed greater than the 70 km square area, and the flooding routing is needed. Okay now, so this limitation can be eliminated by the using the routing techniques, and mostly can be gives the sediment yield from your uniform distributed watershed, and it will give the seasonally and monthly. Okay, but whereas the usually gives the only yearly or annually soil loss. Usually it's a revised universal soil loss equation. In this So we can say the A is equals to RKLSCP. In this, all factor has been revised. All factor has been revised, and this is called your updated version of your universal solid loss equation, and the various changes and modification incorporated in Russell. That is this is the computer algorithm has been generated. That means the programming has been generated in the universal solid loss equation, and a new rainfall and runoff. So what is the rainfall, okay, and how much is the runoff? So P and precipitation or runoff, and the two relation has been given between your precipitation or rainfall or runoff. And addition, the R factor has so modified due to the splash erosion, okay, and adjusted accommodate the rainfall falling on the ponded water. So in this condition, the splash erosion may only in this area, in this soil loss equation, that is the Russell universal soil loss equation, the splash erosion only in the agricultural land be considered, but here the splash erosion on the ponded water, that is on your water bodies or pond, that will also be incorporated. And the iso-irradiant map for a particular area US, the western US, the iso-irradiant means uniform iso-irradiant map has been developed. So even the equal amount of erosion, and the new slope length and slope factor length algorithm has developed, and the conservation management factor is also be incorporated by using the 4 small sub-factors, that is your prior to land use, crop canopy and crop cover sub-factor, and roughness, soil roughness also be incorporated in this factor, okay. And the new conservation practice also be added for the soil loss, and that is a strip cropping, strip crop rotation and contour, subsurface drainage, terracing, strip cropping, etc. method also be incorporated in your cropping management factor. So now we can conclude that the universal soil loss equation, that is your total all parameter, has been revised. The rainfall erosivity factor is estimated using the 2 methods, one in your tropical zone and subtropical zone. One is your AI30 method. AI30 method nothing but simple. It is the product of your kinetic energy and rainfall intensity. The rainfall intensity will take only the 30 minutes. So you assume that the maximum 30 minutes contribute to the maximum soil erosion. That's why it is the say that IS 30 index method, rainfall erosivity 30 method. So this is this rain gauge chart I get from your siphon or float type recording rain gauge. Here this is your recording rain gauge. In rain gauge, the amount of P or precipitation or rainfall takes place in this particular bucket, and the 2 small buckets are there. This is 1, this is the 2. Okay, it will store only the 10 mm. Okay, when this is full and automatically another bucket comes, this is a working procedure may be learned in your hydrology topic, and it will give your chart. So now when it flows and suddenly the bucket has been empty, so again it is rises. So this is the simple tipping your float type bucket chart. So this is your maximum rainfall, so there is the 10 mm. So the capacity of the tipping float bucket is the 10 mm. So this is the chart. So now this chart can say that there is a uniform or no continuous rainfall of mm, and here see this is the chart has been increasing, means the rainfall increasing. Again here the constant are same amount, again increasing. So here the duration, this is the duration. See the graph is the horizontal axis, is gives your duration. So this is the 30 minutes, let us assume this is the 30 minutes rainfall. So this will give the maximum contribution of your rainfall erosion. So this chart may be given from the IMD. So the empirical equations for the rainfall erosivity index, I is kinetic product of kinetic energy in I30. The different intensities has been given in different units, and kinetic energy equations here in different units. So the equation is same, but the different values may change when you are using different units. Suppose the I is in per hour in this condition, here is centimeter per hour, here is the mm per hour. And this is the major limitation is this is only for the developed in American condition. In the tropical and subtropical zone it is not suitable. So to avoid the or to develop the rainfall erosivity in the tropical and subtropical, the another method has been developed, that is your kinetic energy greater than 25 method. In this, similarly, the rainfall intensity greater than the 25 mm per hour gives the maximum detachment of soil particle, or in other words, the rainfall intensity less than 25 mm per hour is not contribute the soil particle. So this is the equation or method is developed by the Hudson, and it is developed for your tropical zone.